Hi friends, it's Auntie Cuckoo, and today I have a Dollar Tree Christmas DIY for you guys. So many of you have probably picked up these little signs they put out over fall and harvest, and today we're going to give them a remake. We'll transform them into two different things that you can have for your Christmas decor for just pennies. So let's get started. Let me show you what you'll need for this project. Obviously, you'll need a couple of signs. Also, some paint. I did use the tiniest bit of twine on the Christmas tree version. I pulled out my Dollar Tree wood filler and sanding block, my glue gun, my needle nose pliers, and a tiny Phillips screwdriver. Let's get started. Our first DIY will be this fresh cut trees garden stake. You'll need to pick up one of the arrow signs that the Dollar Tree is currently selling, as well as one of their fall or harvest garden stakes that you may have on hand already. First thing you'll want to do is remove the little claw hangers as well as the jute twine hanger from the back. I used a tiny little screwdriver. They really are simple to remove, and then all you're going to want to do is take off your stickers. Now I'm choosing to use the back of the sign because the front had a mermaid on it, and it's just a lot easier to paint over the back once you get the sticker off. I chose a bright red for my arrow. Now it's time for our garden stake. Just pull up on the stick and push down on the little signs. They pop right off. Now you can use your sanding block from the Dollar Tree to just get rid of that glue. On a few of them, it wasn't totally effective, so I decided to flip them over and just paint over the front of the sign. I chose to paint two of my planks white and one black before adding my text. Once my pieces were totally dry, I took a pencil to just write out what I wanted my sign to say before adding my paint with a very fine paintbrush. And for this one, you want it to look very homemade, so don't worry too much about imperfections. And if writing out your wording stresses you out, remember you can always buy a sticker or some loose alphas, paint them and glue them on. For the white portion, I chose to write fresh cut, and on the black I wrote trees. Now I took the smallest of the white planks to go ahead and freehand some Christmas trees. This was super fun, not very hard at all. And remember, you want that homemade look. Now for the garden stake, I chose red to coordinate with my arrow. Just painted it, and then we'll go ahead and assemble our sign with some hot glue. I used a generous amount to attach the arrow at the top of my sign, and then just repeated the process for all the planks. So you will notice that I used the two larger planks at the top of the sign, and I chose to use the one the Dollar Tree had placed in the middle at the bottom with our Christmas trees on it. And that's all there is to DIY number one, our fresh cut trees sign. You could even add a price if you wanted. I was actually cleaning off the part that says fresh cut, and I smeared the paint. But I actually like it. I think it makes it look a little more rustic and farmy. Now on to our DIY number two, our planked wooden Christmas tree. Now this DIY is inspired by something I had seen while out shopping at Big Lots. And for this one, you will need two of the garden stakes. You'll also need one of the ornaments in the star from the Dollar Tree that you see here up at the top. To get started on this one, you'll want to repeat the process of removing the little signs from the garden stake, and you'll end up with something that looks like this. Now arrange them in the shape that you want, and I did pull out my heavy-duty scissors for this one. We're going to be able to cut right through these signs with some really good scissors. It's a very light pressed wood, and I just staggered the sizes of the signs to make the shape of a Christmas tree. Once you have them all cut down to the right size, it's just time to go ahead and get painting. Now I wanted to make my tree a creamy vanilla color, so I did a sort of off-white on all of the pieces. I let them dry thoroughly, and now it's time for our lettering. Again, don't let this freak you out. I literally just pulled up some text on my computer for inspiration and wrote out my letters before going in with a fine point paintbrush and some red paint. Once you have all of your words written out for whatever saying you choose, you go ahead and get one of these stars from the Dollar Tree, dismantle it. I used my blow dryer to heat this up and all the pieces came apart easily. Now I did use my needle nose pliers to help remove the bell. I took the sticker off and I wanted my reds to match, so I gave it a quick coat of the same color red. Now yes, I am a messy painter, my hands are covered in that red paint, but I was thrilled to find out that the back of the star was galvanized. The only part I didn't like was the gold, so I just gave it a quick trim of the same color cream. Now it's time to assemble our sign. I started with the garden stake point at the top of my sign, attaching my star, and then the galvanized portion on top of that. Now I did put it towards the top of the star to make room for a little ribbon also to cover the hole. Now you're just going to repeat the same process, attaching each plank in order with whatever saying you choose. I just chose, "O come, all you faithful." Now to cover up the hole at the bottom of our star ornament where the bell was, I tied the tiniest bit of jute twine together and hot glued it on. That's all there is to this stacked Christmas tree. It's very similar to something I saw at Big Lots and somewhere else, might have been Michael's. I sure hope that you guys are able to recreate these with those garden stakes you probably still have on hand for harvest and fall. Be sure to go ahead and follow me over on Instagram, where I'm able to update you guys on what projects are coming up next, so you know what to pick up for the DIYs I have ahead of time. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I recreated these Dollar Tree garden stakes into 2 pieces of Christmas decor on a budget. Let me know down below in the comments which is your favorite. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing this reuse of the Dollar Tree fall product for a Christmas piece of decor. And I'll see you all back very soon in the next video.